Live chat. Are we live? YouTube, please work.
There's been some reports of us being live. I don't know though.
Yeah, YouTube is working now. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with a new stream. And that is right, we are live on this beautiful November 17th, 2025. And listen, if you trust the plan, you won last night. Plan trusters were vindicated yesterday.
I trusted the plan.
I certainly didn't, but oh shoot! I accidentally hit my mic.
Yeah, a lot of good things happened last night.
Yeah.
Trump refused to condemn Tucker
Well,
Carlson.
we'll get into it.
Supports the Epstein files. Chile is about to elect a president to the right of Pinochet. It's crazy. There's a lot going
winning.
on. Also,
we're back. We're winning.
A Canadian election might be called later tonight.
Yeah,
so
I was totally vindicated. I was totally trusting the plan the entire time. I trust the plan, everybody. Totally did. Panic and Rap takes Yellow. Yeah, we'll get into it because last night was potentially, I don't want to say it as of now because anything can happen. If we see a turning point with the administration, that was it last night because that was the best of Trump we've seen and heard for a long time now. That was because when he was asked that question about Tucker Carlson and Nick Fuentes, it could have gone bad, but it didn't. In fact, it actually went pretty good.
I love the phrasing he did about it, though. He was just like, you know, Nick's a controversial guy. I wouldn't know anything about that. I'm not controversial.
Yeah. Well, and he's completely right too, because he's just like Tucker Carlson is interviewing Fuentes, and Con Inc. was freaking out over the fact that Tucker Carlson was interviewing someone they didn't like.
Yeah,
and like they made the situation far worse.
Yeah, so guys,
last night was a big L. The big losers of yesterday were Ben Shapiro.
It was Mark Levin took a massive L. Did you guys see that meme going around? It was like Mark Levin had his show right after that happened. You could tell he like wanted to die.
Have you guys heard the meme? But I don't know if you guys are familiar with Aqua Teen Hunger Force, but Mark Levin sounds like Master Shake from that show.
Oh,
I don't know.
He also sounds like that. He's also the same guy that plays Gazpacho in Chowder.
Oh, are you serious? Wait, what?
I do happen to know as well that we'll get to this too later, but Ben Shapiro and Mark Levin, that wing of the GOP, has their own presidential candidate.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We have a lot to talk about today. Now, before we get into today's stream, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. These are all great ways to support the daily content. And of course, if you have any questions, concerns, or want to support the channel even further, the best way is sending super chats via the chat. Again, I will read through as much chat as possible, but usually super chats are the best way to get your questions answered. American Nerd for 2. Are we back? Rap has a Rohirrim arrived. Yeah, I mean, that was it's kind of a white pill stream today. A lot of good stuff happened. American Nerd for 2. Return of the Donald, maybe. K-Cub for 2. So who else here trusted the planet didn't become a panikin? Listen, I was doing a bit, but in my defense, I have not lost my mind like Robert Barnes and Rich Bears have.
Okay, let me be clear about this whole plan trusting. There's no trusting the plan. Trump will plan on doing shit. He does bad shit. And then his advisors tell him, okay, this might not be a good idea. Then he backtracks. This isn't like trusting the plan. It's all going to be great in the end.
No, Luke, damn it. It was a 70 chess move by Trump. He knew all along.
I don't like this idea where it's just like, you have to trust the plan. It's like,
trust the plan.
You have to make backlash. If you don't do backlash, then nothing's going to change. That's the thing.
No, you need trust the plan, Luke. It's all part of the plan. Cameron Flow got for 2. Now I know why he called it the big beautiful bill. Okay, even Mark Epstein, who even Mark Epstein said like that wasn't Bill Clinton. He might be full of shit, but like that whole thing, that was when he was a resist liberal and shit. He lost his damn mind. I don't know. Would you really trust somebody like that?
He was messaging with the delegate from the Virgin Islands.
Yeah. So much for
during
that.
The fucking hearing, telling her what to ask Cohen, dude. That was crazy.
Yeah. American Nerd for 2. What happened with Shapiro and Levin? They took a massive L last night. We'll get to why in a second. Simple Logic for 2. Hashtag plan trusted lol. Yeah, I mean, A lot of people, again, now some people are just being like, you have to criticize Trump when he does stupid shit. And I do think the criticisms reach the White House. I know they did. I know for a fact they did.
I mean,
so,
dude, we have a terminally online vice president.
Yeah.
Of course it's gonna...
And that's the funny thing about this. You know who probably told Trump to like not criticize Tucker or Nick Fuentes?
Probably Vance.
It was probably Vance.
Well, dude, Vance is like good friends with Tucker.
Yeah.
Like that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, it was probably Vance.
Tucker's son is literally like is technically a part of the admin. He's like I forget like what he is specifically, but he has like a smaller position.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you were going to see which side Vance was going to take, and again, kind of the whole Reipers thing, like they're kind of dead too, because their entire argument was like, oh, Vance is going to side with Shapiro, and it's like,
he didn't.
That doesn't really look like it happened.
I mean, like, in fact, Trump told like the Shapiro wing to go F themselves. Now, there's concerns that he might change course, but I don't think he will. We'll see though. Cameron, K-Cup for 2. Luke Copen, because he didn't trust the plan. Hashtag trust plan. Real.
Yeah, so
Cameron Frogod for 2. I don't actually believe it, but it was pretty funny. Yeah, it's pretty funny to think that Trump knew all along.
I'm still vindicated on the China stuff, by the way, and that's not good.
Yeah. Lord Rhino has been a member for a month. Trump needs to return to campaign Trump. I agree. I agree with that. But okay, let's get into the first part. We kind of talked about this a little bit. It's what Trump said about Tucker Carlson. American Nerd for 2. Tucker's son works at Vance's White House or office. Yeah, that's what I thought. His son worked in the office. So yeah, there's no way Vance would be like, yeah, we got to take out Tucker Carlson. Okay, so President Trump, for those that live under a rock, he was asked a bunch of questions last night when he was on boarding Air Force One to go back to D.C., and he was asked about the interview between Tucker and Nick Fuentes. Now, well, for those that don't know, there's been a big shit show on the right the last week over this interview. Because you had like Mark Levin, Ben Shapiro, who's another shitty one? Ted Cruz. Well, funny enough, he's been a big story today. A lot of these shit Republicans, they were like disavowing Tucker Carlson because he had Fuentes on. And a lot of dumb shit. And like they were trying to get his sponsors pulled. They tried to get the Heritage Foundation to like tell him to go F themselves. It was a mess. It was a complete mess. But Trump was asked about it, and he said, you can't tell him who to interview. If he wants to interview Nick Fuentes, I don't know much about him, but if he wants to do it, get the word out. Let him. So, yeah, President Trump said no. He can interview whoever he wants to do, and he actually did kind of. He admitted that him, Kanye, and Fuentes at a dinner once, which is kind of funny to think about, but it's true. They did. So, what are you guys' thoughts on the whole Fuentes thing with Tucker?
Look, I'm not a fan of Tucker or Fuentes, but this is a smart move. I can not because like they oppose Israel, which I couldn't care less about. I'm not a fan of them because Fuentes has been opposing Trump for a couple of years now. And so that's not very good. And I think Tucker has been kind of going off the rails lately with some of the, not all of it, but some of the conspiracy stuff. That being said, I still think that Trump made the right move, and fucking idiots like Shapiro and Levin and D'Souza are also at harm, a net negative for the right. So
that was stupid of them.
So definitely, I think he made the right move. He shouldn't make a strong statement on it either way. He shouldn't embrace them, but he shouldn't completely disavow them and go like full Ted Cruz, Mark Levin. That's my take.
Freaking dumbasses like Mark Levin. I mean, now they're trying to backtrack. You see that? Oh no, we didn't mean it like that. They were trying to get Tucker canceled. That's what they were trying to do.
They were. I mean, come on.
And yeah, I mean, I guess my whole thoughts is I am also not really a fan of Nick Fuentes. I'm cool with Tucker, but I think Tucker should be allowed to interview like whomever he wants. Yeah. And I think if you're like you freaking out about this, or like how like people like Mark Levin and Ben Shapiro responded, all they revealed is that they're afraid of Nick Fuentes and that it's going to make people go more and more to Nick Fuentes' camp because they perceive him as being like the cool anti-establishment person, while these hack jobs like Ben Shapiro are like trying to halt the conversation like on Israel and immigration and so forth. So I think Trump absolutely made the right move by saying that Carlson can interview who he wants. And the other thing too is like you're not going to cancel Tucker Carlson or Nick Fuentes in 2025. Like
Yeah, that's not
the age of
possible.
cancel culture on the right is over. Like Nick Fuentes lost his YouTube channel back in 2019. He has his own network now. You're not going to get rid of him. Tucker Carlson, he's off on his own at this point. You can't cancel him. He already got fired from Fox.
He has backing by like a bunch of people, so it's like nothing's gonna happen to them. So it's one of those things with those two. You can't cancel the two. And these dumbasses like Mark Levin, they really thought, oh, if we push hard against them enough, they'll just back down and people will cancel them. All they did was make them more popular. It's the freaking, what's the effect called again? Is it like the Streisand effect or whatever?
I think that might be it. But basically, it's just like where if you attack someone as like evil for so long, people just start to listen to that person just to spite you because you've been obnoxious for so long.
Basically, yeah. And that's what they did. I mean, they made Fuentes more popular. These dumbasses, they really thought, oh, if we attacked them more and we called them far right and like, they really thought that Israel's still a popular thing in America. They still think it. They still think Israel's like a 90-10 issue still like it is with boomers. Yeah, it's not with Gen Z. Freaking morons. But that's...
Well,
Ben Shapiro and Mark Levin are both very Zionist. They both clearly have more loyalty to Israel than America. And this isn't even a Jew thing. This is a problem that they specifically, and not all American Jews have. Many of American Jews are very critical of Israel. But Mark Levin and Ben Shapiro, I think Ben Shapiro on record has said the only reason he lives in America is because he knows America always has Israel's back. Okay?
Yeah.
That is what he said.
All right. Simple logic for 2. Thoughts of the 21 agents who flipped on Obama. I did not hear about that. I'll look into it. American Nerd for 2. Tucker's still cool. Fuentes on their hand. Listen, like, it doesn't matter what you think with the two. Let them interview whoever they want to interview. It doesn't matter. You should not be canceled for having Fuentes on or whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's like I don't like Candace Owens, for example, but I'm not going to like cancel her. I mean, what if I don't like her? I'm just not going to listen to her stuff because I think she's full of crap.
She's well now, like guys, there's a new bombshell she's dropping tonight. She's so full of shit. Another bombshell on Charlie Kirk, everybody. What is it, the 15th one she's had?
Like, it's like if you
Insane.
don't like these people, ignore them because even negative publicity is still publicity.
Yeah. All right. So we got to get into the other stuff because this was I think this was kind of a turning point because
The 28 presidential, or are we talking about the Epstein?
We'll get to the Epstein, but like I wanted to say, guys, if there was a turning point for this admin, this might have been it. Because this was a point of no return. If you would have disowned Tucker Carlson or even Fuentes, it's over. You would have pissed off so many people, it's done. Because Tucker Carlson, millions love him. Same thing with Fuentes. You may disagree with them, but I mean, you lose them, you're done. Like Tucker Carlson, like, don't disavow them, and he didn't. He was smart enough to say, I don't care. And he kind of like...
I'll say, too,
yeah.
I don't think Trump ever really hated Fuentes, I'll be honest.
I don't think he does.
From what I've heard, when he met him at, like, Ye's dinner, like, apparently Trump loved him. Like, he didn't know who he was beforehand. Yeah. They got along really well.
Yeah, so he doesn't hate him. I mean, just like, he doesn't care. He's just like, okay, whatever. Who
Well,
cares what he says?
I mean, the whole reason he met him is because like Kanye and Milo just happened to bring Nick around to the White House. So
it was Mar-a-Lago was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Marlo.
That's when he was on.
Yeah, Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, that's when he was in like 22 or whatever it was.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, so I think again, like, I mean, we'll see. And even then, the Daily Trackers like immediately swung like 5 points towards Trump in a day. Now, is this because of this? I don't know, but it's kind of funny to see like, oh, suddenly Trump's approval went shot up like 5 points overnight.
It's probably the comments on the Epstein files.
Yeah, well, this is probably for the long term, probably I don't know which one's bigger, but I guess we'll get the Epstein stuff now because President Trump, everybody knows we have been very critical of the handling of the Epstein files. I don't believe in a lot of the conspiracy stuff, but my God, just release the damn file. Stop playing this stupid shit show game where, oh, we have the files and it's on Bondi's desk. Meanwhile, she's at Fox News all the time and it's never released. Well, President Trump yesterday in a Truth Social statement, he put out this statement right here. As I said on Friday night aboard Air Force One to the fake news media, House Republicans should vote to release the Epstein files because we have nothing to hide, and it is time to move on from this Democrat hoax perpetrated by radical left lunatics in order to deflect from the great success of the Republican Party, blah, 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 the shutdown, the economy, all of that. Basically, Trump said, we'll release the Epstein files. They vote on it, we'll release it. Now, why? One thing I'll say is just, why can't you just release it yourselves? Why? Is there some kind of legal issue why they can't do it themselves, or what?
I'd say it's probably a legal issue.
I think he wants the Dems on record voting for
Maybe.
Because my guess is there could be a bunch of Dems in there.
I have this weird feeling.
And I think he wants to be on record having the Dems vote for it.
I have this weird-ass feeling. I have this weird-ass feeling that they're gonna screw this up. Democrats, they're gonna vote no on, not all of them, of course, but would it be funny if a majority of them voted no? If they voted no because of Trump. I mean, that's what these people are, by the way.
It would be very, very funny to say the least.
Well, now you're seeing all these Democrats go on Twitter and stuff and Blue Sky. They're saying the files are fake now. Now they're all saying it's fake. These people, they never gave a shit with the victims. These people never gave a shit. It was just stopping.
Well, if it's fake, then it's like, well, then you should still vote to release them so the people can determine if they're fake or not, right?
Well, no, because now they're all saying it's gonna be fake no matter what because Trump interfered with the files or something.
Which, I mean, that was to be expected to hear from them. So,
American Nerd for 2. Trump should disavow people like Levin and D'Souza. I agree. Get away from them. They suck.
Levin's voice especially is just annoying as fuck. Every time I hear a clip of him, it just
he sounds like Master Cake. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I gotta watch that. Now that you said that. I think Rokana and Tom Swazi will vote yes. Yeah, Rokana is 100% a yes. But the funny thing is, now you have Justin Amash bitching about it. Will Thomas Massey vote no? Will he vote no?
He'll vote yes, I think.
Please. Well, Justin Amash is now bitching about the files. You guys see that?
I did see that, yeah.
I'm so sick of these libertarian types. Celebrate this as a win or whatever. It's like they're complaining, oh, guys, the files, something about, I don't know.
I mean, if you want to say why did the admin put up such a fuss over this for the past few months, then okay, that's a worthy criticism. But shouldn't you be celebrating that something you've been talking about is now going to happen?
Please, Massey's lost his mind so much he may vote no on this out of spite. He might. I'm not saying he's going to, but please. The meltdown from some people would be legendary if Trump supports releasing the Epstein files, but Massey isn't. Yeah. K-Cup for 2. I mean, Epstein is a hero now because Orange Man bad. Yeah, I mean, why did Democrats approve of that? You guys see that a couple days ago where they're like, oh my gosh, guys, Epstein called Trump a terrible person. No, he's a hero.
Yeah, it's like they tried to argue from both ends. They tried to say oh, Trump and Epstein were very good friends because he used to be friends with him. And then they say oh, Epstein said that Trump was a very dangerous person. I'm like, the biggest PDF file thinks that Trump is dangerous, and that we're supposed to think that's a bad thing.
Yeah, it's he hates him. I wonder why. It's as if you know the actual history between the two. They had a big fallout, and Trump actually, he helped with, he talked to law enforcement about it. So, American Nerd for 2. What did MTG and Massey say about this? I don't think he said a damn thing about it.
I just Massey posted something a couple minutes ago.
Oh, thank you, Ed Real Donald, for encouraging my colleagues to vote yes. Okay, he's gonna surely vote yes.
It looks like Marjorie Taylor Greene is not commented
Well,
yet.
we got to MTG because she's full of shit. What she said over the weekend, and now she's getting exposed for lying about a bomb threat.
By the way, we got we got the 3 factions of the GOP now for 2028, one of which is MTG, and I kind of want to get to that in a minute, because I've kind of got a parallel between now and a time not too long ago, just a few decades back, and I thought I would give that analogy in a few minutes.
Let's see here. Michael Ramos for 5. What's going on with Trump with the Bill Clinton rumors? Okay, so basically there's this bullshit email where they made a joke about does Russia have these pictures of like Trump allegedly anyways, I'm not gonna get official detail what was alleged, but
doing things that have never been done before.
Yeah, except by maybe Obama, but
hello there.
Hello. So yeah, we're talking about Epstein.
Yeah. What all have I missed?
We talked about the Fuentes Carlson stuff, how it was a good move by Trump. We talked about the Epstein stuff now. So
yeah, speaking of the Carlson stuff, Ted Cruz.
Well, yeah, we'll get to Ted Cruz. We'll get to Ted Cruz in a second. We got that. K-Cup for 5. Epstein, you're an awful person. Donald Trump. Oh, hi, Kettle. I'd like to meet the pod. Bill Clinton laughs in a smoky room while we've met. Well, I mean, like, yeah, I mean, guys, it was obviously like, you know how like people like in like DMs and stuff, they like bullshit all the time. He was not actually like saying they had that. These people are stupid. Even that Mark Epstein, which I know it's his brother, he said that like, no, he didn't mean Bill Clinton. So, again, he could be full of shit, but that's what he said. American Nerd for 2. Mark Levin kind of reminds me of Denethor from Lord of the Rings. Wasn't the guy that ran Gondor into the ground?
Pretty much, yeah. He was an incompetent
I believe
leader.
so.
Yeah, the guy who like himself.
The guy who just sits in the throne eating fucking tomatoes. That guy.
Yeah, he like lights himself on fire and shit.
Yeah, he's the incompetent leader of Gondor.
Yeah,
you're right.
that's
I
what I thought.
rewatched those movies like very recently. Still
It's been a while
masterpieces.
since I watched them.
I heard Trump's also going to be speaking at
You should do a reaction stream to all the Lord of the Rings.
I'm not sitting for 10 hours straight because people would ask for the extent. People would make me watch the extended cuts.
Oh, no, no. I'll give you one better. You gotta do a reaction stream to Rings of Power, dude.
Hell nah. Did this show get canceled anyways?
Probably. Dude, I watched like 20 minutes of the first episode, and I was like, why are all the hobbits Africans? And
wait,
then I just
what?
stopped. Like, they were like fucking tribal Africans, dude. Like, it was like, what the fuck?
Okay. Great.
Aren't you
okay,
still supposed to do...
If you did like a 10-hour reaction stream, you'd probably have American Nerd sending you like $500 worth of $2
Probably.
per set.
American Nerd.
All right.
American Nerd would be like broke, dude.
Don't you still have to do a live stream of like playing Halo?
I just gotta find. I gotta find time to do it. That's my problem. So. All right. Rings of Power did not get canceled. Oh, come on. If you stream Lord of the Rings, it might get copyrighted. Well, it would just be a reaction stream. Like I don't show the video or whatever. So.
By the way, did you hear about the McDonald's summit?
Yeah, so Trump is going to be going to McDonald's again today.
No, not a actual McDonald's. He's just going to it's like a summit or something. Probably
whatever. Something related to McDonald's. It's kind of funny.
Yeah. What else? Oh yeah, you heard about Thomas Crooks and his.
We'll get to Thomas Crooks in a second. Just American Nerd for 2. Extended edition shows just what happened to Saruman. Yeah, that's so stupid. They just like they don't show what happened to him, but like the extended edition, it's like yeah, he gets stabbed. Kind of a shit way to end like his Saruman. He just gets stabbed and just leaves.
Yeah, the extended edition's goated, bro. I like that shit.
I'm not watching 7 hours for each movie.
No, you gotta watch the extended edition and special features on everyone.
No,
I'm gonna watch the extended edition in a few years. I rewatch Lord of the Rings every 4 to 5 years, but I was like, I'm not sitting through the extended edition for now.
Yeah, the extended edition's way better than that. Like, yeah, the entire Saruman death scene is like a lot better.
He gets stabbed.
Make Rap watch
what's the dude's name? You see, what's the dude's name who flees with him? He also does.
The freaking like his fucking like scout or whatever, his assistant.
What the fuck?
Make Rap watch the extended cut and then make him watch the Snyder cut of Justice League back to back.
Snyder cut's not even a bad film. So, it's actually kind of good, in my opinion. But K-Cup for 2. Rap gonna be playing Halo on PS5 now. I mean, at this point, yeah. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
When are we gonna bring Rapcraft back? Also, wait, no, Rap. Are you gonna play on PAX Craft this Christmas? Because it's coming back. I heard from Al Carbo.
I don't know. We'll see. Sedan for 5. Olivia Giuliani is 23. 8 of them are being Type 2. Oh gosh. Thanks to Super Chat.
Oh, speaking of which, Olivia Giuliana endorsed
she supports Wesley Hunt. Yeah, I wonder
Yeah,
why.
totally supports Wesley Hunt. Totally. It's totally not just a 4D chess move to get Paxton across the finish line. And
I just love how she thinks she has the influence to do that.
Yeah.
she doesn't have. Okay, I think she has enough influence to where Republicans will just use this against Wesley Hunt. That's her goal. That's her goal.
Lord Rhino for 2. Should I watch Lord of the Rings? Abso-freaking-lutely. Do it.
It's a masterpiece. They are some of the best films ever made.
Yeah, easily.
It's the second greatest movie series ever made, next to the B movie with Jerry Seinfeld.
Obviously.
Oh,
No,
Jesus.
Fellowship of the Ring and Return of the King are on my top.
I always
10.
forget about that movie.
I must admit, I still need to watch Return of the King.
Are you serious?
I know.
How?
I just
How? It's
haven't.
been out for 20 years.
How have you watched the first 2 but not the fucking last? You're just like,
I
oh,
haven't.
yeah.
I don't know. I
It's
just
just like-
haven't.
Spoiler,
I know I've made a mistake.
spoiler alert, Aragorn dies at the end.
Oh, okay.
Totally.
Thanks.
Totally. Yeah.
So true.
Yeah, okay. So we got enough of that. Enough of the Lord of the Rings stuff. But okay, we gotta talk about
Ted Cruz.
yeah. I guess oh gosh. Do we really gotta talk about Ted Cruz?
Yeah, Tucker Carlson.
Because I gotta get my analogy out about the.
Somebody
Current
send me a
state
link
of-
of this shit.
I think I sent it earlier.
Wait, yep, right here.
The Axios one.
Yeah, so for those that don't know, Ted Cruz is a senator of Texas. Right? He's totally a
pretty
senator.
Yes.
Well,
Uh,
more like a senator of Israel, but that's a different
Yeah.
story.
He's
But-
Tel Aviv
By the way,
Ted. Tel Aviv Ted.
Ted Cruz is not Jewish, so we cannot be anti-Semitic. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like, no, seriously though, this guy. The sad part is though, he is still like a top 10 senator. That's how shit our bench is in the Senate. It's gotten better with like Schmidt and stuff, but it's like when you have like the Bozo Tom Tillis and freaking Mitch McConnell, Ted Cruz, your top 10. Good freaking job. That's wow.
Yeah, and I kind of wanted to explain. So yeah, he's running for president, and the analogy I wanted to make that is actually pretty interesting. There's a lot of similarities here with kind of the 3 candidates we're prospectively seeing for 2028, compared to the 1968 primary, actually. So you look on one hand, you have on the more center, you had in 1968, you had Nelson Rockefeller. In 2028, you have Ted Cruz. So this is like the last gasp of like the old GOP. In this case, it's the whole like Reagan era conservative GOP, and in that case, it was the old liberal Northeast Republicans. They had controlled the party for the longest time, and they wanted to keep their control. And Rockefeller was their guy. On the more batshit insane right wing, now you have you actually have MTG. Back then you had Reagan, but Reagan, that was before Reagan kind of became normal. That was when he was still very much in the Ayn Rand, Barry Goldwater sect, the schizo libertarians. They were on like the more right wing in 68. But then in the middle, you have J.D. Vance, who is very much the Nixon equivalent, who is kind of like, I'm going to balance out these two sides. I'm going to like make sure neither one gets super angry. And I think that's going to kind of be the situation we see in 28.
That's actually a really good analogy. I would still think
wouldn't the schizo
What?
Wouldn't the schizo
What?
probably be Steve Bannon?
Oh yeah, Steve Bannon's gonna run. I forgot about
I mean,
that.
yeah, because like if you wonder if you
It's
Which-
going to be either him or MTG.
Which, by the way, guys, I'm gonna call it some bullshit on like Barris and stuff a little bit, but go.
I
on,
was gonna say
'cause
tinfoil hat moment. I think. I mean, I do still like Barris as a whole, but
freaking.
his comment about saying that like we should run Marco
Let me
Rubio
pull
in
this up.
2028
To lose on
to
purpose.
like
So
stop the
Barris
neocons.
Harris is considering running against Watley.
He's gonna run. I heard he's gonna run. That's what I heard. Just freaking. Let me pull. Did he delete the tweet? No, right here. He still has it up. Okay. Let's see here. A couple of super chats to catch up to while we pull this up. Camera full God for 2. Steam Machine's gonna be a console killer. Yeah, Steam's gonna win. Valve won. American Nerd for 2. Who's your favorite Lord of the Rings character like Gimli? I think it's gonna be Aragorn.
Gimli, because the actor who played Gimli believes in great replacement.
Are you serious?
Yeah, John
you know,
Rhys David. Dude, he's based.
Yeah.
He's based as hell. He's
yeah, I was
supported
gonna
by
say he
dude.
was
Yeah,
like he was a huge supporter of Brexit. Like
Yeah,
he's pretty good. He's also the
Yeah,
voice
he
of. He also plays Man Ray in SpongeBob too.
He
Yeah, I know
also
that.
played. He also played Sala in the Indiana Jones movies.
I never
Nice.
thought I'd die side to side with an elf. How about with a friend? Hey.
Yeah. All right. Sedan for 2. What does Crooks think he was? Joe Walsh. Yeah. Camera Full God for 2. Only thing better than Lord of the Rings is K-pop Demon Hunters. Real. American Nerd for 2. Cruz is like Boromir with Israel as the rain. I wouldn't go that because Boromir actually like
Is the rest of the stream just gonna be Lord of the Rings analogies,
Probably.
bro?
Probably, but like to be fair, Boromir like he realized he fucked up and like he sacrificed himself. So, Richard Head for 5. I've seen multiple polls now that Mike Rogers is up in Michigan and John James up in governorship. Could we see the reverse 22 in the Rust Belt?
Again, this is what I'll say with Michigan. There is a very good shot we have in Michigan. Dems have a super bloody primary. The primary is until fucking late August. And
Yeah.
Rogers has the Republican nomination locked up. So you know that what we have fucking like Rogers says all years of campaign, Dems won't even know their nominee until fucking August. So maybe if there's gonna be an upset,
I think we win Michigan, but okay. I pulled the tweet from Barris, and it's only a matter of time before he probably like blocks me or whatever. But he said that Vance should just bank on skipping 2028. Things could change, sure, but playing smart. Let Marco Rubio or some other neocon get steamrolled by AOC or Gavin as they deserve. This is.
So I just want to say to Barris, I'm like, hey Barris, you know that Marco Rubio is a part of the Trump admin and is going to be tied to Trump, right?
Yeah, I want to bring this up because there's another tweet he said. Because he's like,
Also,
2020.
This dude is like claiming his polling data says this. This dude is frantically polling like every state in the country. He did a poll of North Carolina in like one day. Now apparently he's just doing a poll in Maine, and that's going to be out today. You don't do polls like that. You can't just poll a state in 24 hours and expect to like. So he's just like frantically polling all this shit. It's bullshit. This entire thing's bullshit. He's probably not even doing polls. Like.
I don't know. We'll see. K-Cup for 2. Rappin' Luke, is there a chance that ever 6 Democrats in Wisconsin? He's saying some really dumb shit right now. I don't think it really changes much, but my God. Okay, American Nerd.
From what I've heard, there's this lady who's running named Francisca Hong, and she might get the nomination. From what I'm hearing, she might get some pretty big backing.
American Nerd for 6. Best Gimli quote in the entire trilogy. Certainty of death, small chance of success. What are you waiting for? Yeah, that's from Return of the King. Yeah, I gotta pull up because there's our schizophrenic tweet from Barris. And listen, like I still like Barris, but
Me and Midnight are having a movie debate about
I've seen that in chat. Freaking
my like top 10. I just made this top 10 like movies of the 21st
Yeah, I see this.
century list.
Yeah, oh gosh.
I just made that
those
shit
good
like
films.
I just made that shit. I just put it off my head like a few months ago. So.
Did he delete the tweet? He might have deleted the tweet that I was gonna mention. Oh, right here. Yep, right here. This is what he said. You obviously haven't been in this game very long. If a MAGA candidate loses in 2028, They'll blame Trump and MAGA. The money for America First candidates will dry up and the movement will die. That's exactly why the GOP establishment is angling to do right now. What the hell are you talking? So run Rubio then? Who's with the Trump admin right now anyways? What are you talking about?
Also, here's the other problem too is because Trump has been president for the past 4 years, 2028 will be seen as a referendum on Trump if the GOP is unpopular as well too.
These dumbasses. And listen, you could run Liz Cheney. You could run Liz frickin' Cheney, and if they lose to 2028, they're gonna blame Trump anyways. And money for America First candidates. Wait a minute, I thought you said that they're not getting money right now. Then I swear he said that a bunch of times. Oh, these America First candidates, they'll raise money because the establishment steals money from them.
Okay,
But-
you know what? You want to know something? Barris is mad because Barris in 2022 was convinced. He thought the America First movement was going to be taken over by these batshit insane Freedom Caucus types. He's mad that the cooler heads won, not these old Tea Party losers. These new branches, like the Vances of the world, like the RFK Juniors of the world, they're the ones who are winning in the new, like, America First wing of the GOP. That's who won. The populists won. The schizo-libertarian Tea Party people lost. And he's mad about this because he was a big fan of that wing, and that's why he's so angry right now.
And listen, and by the way, I like people like David Giglio, like out of California, for example.
I don't. That guy was a schizophrenic.
I like it, but it's like some of the stuff is just getting ridiculous about that. Billy for 2, Rich the Whatley fan at 24, and now he hates him. Yeah, now he's claiming like Whatley's unelectable and shit.
You actually had a good tweet on David Giglio yesterday, Rap, where you pointed out that he was like, going after MTG for the past like year and a half, and then now all of a sudden he's like defending MTG.
This is why this whole thing smells of shit. This doesn't smell right at all. This whole MTG shit. It doesn't sound right or smell right at all. Am I the only one thinking that?
No, I agree. And it's funny that people bring up the Rich Barris of Michael Whatley stuff, because I remember like after the 2023 midterms, he was saying that Michael Whatley would be a fantastic pick for the leader of the GOP because he had done a good job with the North Carolina GOP.
Yeah, and I got the tweet pulled up right here. So David Giglio said, will the SEALs keep clapping when/if MTG is replaced by an NRCC donor who's in favor of H-1B visas, empowering the deep state, endless wars, shielding big pharma? Okay, and amnesty and all that bullshit. Funny enough, he says that because this is what Giglio said in the past about MTG. The only one who emerges from the ordeal looking worse than Kevin McCarthy is MTG. This is back in January 23 when he got elected. There's no coming back. Her bravado in supporting of Kevin, a man who approved removing her from her committees and tried to have her barred from social media, permanently destroys old credibility. That's his own words. Keep going. I really feel bad for anyone who believes in MTG or sends her campaign cash. She has done more harm to our #America First movement than anyone. She's a self-absorbed grandstander, insider trader, and a low IQ individual who cares about only herself and Kevin McCarthy. Keep going. In fairness, MTG is the only thing trying to vacate Mike Johnson for all the same reasons McCarthy was fired, because she probably has some delusional plan to try and bring back her boyfriend, Kevin, as speaker. Keep going. No, they don't. You can be MAGA in a smart way. Being MAGA doesn't mean you have to be an MTG, which, by the way, all these takes are correct. That's a crazy thing about this. He was 100% right with this stuff. This is as late as this year, March of this year. He said this about being smart with MAGA, not being schizophrenic like MTG. What changed? What has changed the past couple of days? Seriously, what? What has MTG done in reverse course?
You go pro. That's what
Yeah.
I guess it's because she criticized the strikes on Iran and criticized AIPAC or something.
Who gives a shit? So has freaking... what? Vance has not been happy with the strikes. There's been a bunch of people saying shit about the strikes and nobody cares. So Dan for 2, Liz Cheney equals Blue Texas. Well, yeah. She would struggle to win Wyoming, for crying out loud. So... I mean, this is
RFK
crazy.
would probably run third.
Oh, yeah, it would be RFK or Tulsi that run third party. Yeah, so this is all the shit they're saying. This is what I'm saying, guys. This whole MTG push. Again, I think the Trump admin handled it poorly. It doesn't smell right. This is a big psyop for some reason. I don't know why. Why are they pumping MTG out of the blue? Why? Of all the people, you could be pumping anybody. Hell, Thomas Massey, you could be pumping, at least like he's consistent. MTG, we've gone over 50 times now. She's not consistent. She was for H1Bs as late as last year. In fact, earlier this year, she was for amnesty. She was a Zionist for years now. And now it's like she suddenly had this change of heart. It changed when Trump said no to running for Senate. That's truth. So
she's also allied herself both with the Freedom Caucus at one point and then with the Main Street Caucus because she got into a fit with Lauren Boebert.
She pissed everybody off. And Boebert's a good example. Has Trump called for Boebert to get primaried out?
And
No,
the bigger
although
stuff is
honestly,
like
he should.
did he call for Jim Banks to be primaried because he introduced legislation
Eric
to
Schmidt?
end OPTs and raise the price on H1Bs?
Same with Eric Schmidt. Mike Lee, they're all saying we gotta ban this shit. He said nothing about them. This is about what she's pulled behind the scenes because these people won't admit. She's caused a lot of shit behind closed doors that they're not willing to admit to. She's caused a shitstorm and a half starting God knows what fights over who freaking knows.
Well, because it really raises, because like we already know that she's caused like a lot of crap behind the scenes. Like imagine like what we don't know.
Oh gosh. Because remember, she had a direct line to President Trump. Quick reminder, she does, or she did. But yeah, so anyways, enough of that. This whole thing with the establishment thing, this MTG stuff's bullshit. But yeah, so Ted Cruz is going to run for president, everybody. Delusional Ted.
And yeah, have fun getting like 4% in the primary.
He's going to get like 10% in Iowa dropout.
To be honest, I think he will do decent in Iowa because it's a very evangelical state. And I think he'll be, especially post-Trump, I think evangelicals will be a lot more likely to break with Vance than they were with Trump.
Yeah, but...
So I think he'll do better than people think. It'll be a closer primary than 24, but Vance will still win.
That doesn't really say much. Like, okay, instead of losing by 30, you lose by 20.
Because, like, let's be real. Like, on the internet, we know Ted Cruz is still a joke, but a lot of people in the faith still like him, especially.
That's true. There's a lot of evangelical.
I wouldn't be shocked if boomers were like 50-50 in the primary. It's just like every other age.
An argument, though, is like all those boomers are just starting to die out anyways. So, but, you know, I get what you're saying, though. American Nerd for 2. MTG probably argues with herself like Golem. She probably freaking does. I know Barris does, it seems like. They probably all do. I don't know how you could be so supportive of Trump. And by the way, has Barris said anything about the Epstein files being released? Trump supporting that now? Has he said a damn word about that? I don't think so. So it's just the whole thing's a scam. The whole thing, yeah. K-Cup for 2. Is Cruz going to be like Chris Christie 2.0? I wouldn't go that far. Chris Christie was just a meme the entire time. He didn't even do anything. He just ran for president just to spite Trump, and it blew up in his face. So, why do every congressman think they can always run for president? Well, not everyone does. But you get delusional people like this. Oh my gosh, what is this? Midnight Messenger, what did you post?
It was a Rich Barris comment responding to someone over MAGA in 2028.
Oh,
I was
my.
looking through his posts to see if he said anything about Epstein files.
It's not my fault you're retarded. I guess that I have to spell it out for you for you're really slow. Oh my, let me read that again. I'm stupid. I guess that I have to spell it out for you for really slow people. If this environment persists, running your favorite MAGA candidate would be stupid. If they lose, which they would today, GOP establishment would blame MAGA and your movement die. Why is he talking about 2028 now? That's my question. He's been a big proponent for years and saying anything can happen in politics in a year. Or in just a month, for crying out loud. We're 4 years out. he should know better than this.
Oh, you have
Well,
to realize
I-
the New Jersey governor race. It's impossible for us to recover from.
Yeah, it's impossible. everybody.
I
Even
found
though Dems
Ri-
recovered from Virginia, which was a way bigger loss. Dude, we can't. We just can't. Mikey Sherrill's gonna save the Dems permanently. Like the GOP's done after that. So
I
back it up.
I found Rich's comment talking about the Epstein files. It's in the
Oh,
chat.
Jesus, he's complaining. There's never anything about, oh my gosh. It's always complaining like, listen, I'm not happy with how they handled it. And yeah, it's probably because there were enough votes to vote yes on it. So Trump just said, screw it, it doesn't matter anymore. Just release it.
Also, I saw the other day he was complaining about he was like, women aren't dating men because they know they aren't real men anymore. Like, bro, you're like 4'11", you're like 5'3" or some shit. Okay, don't be telling us we're not real men. Okay, bro. I'm sorry.
Also, he's
I
in his
just hate how
40s.
he's, like, doing
Also,
this
fun fact: Rich Barris is a convicted felon, and he's in his.
Well,
40s.
let's not go down that rabbit hole. I know exactly about that. Jane for 2. Cruz Christie 2028 not trusted. Oh gosh. A Lord Rhino for 5. I thought Cruz was Canadian. How can he run for president? Because one of his parents is American, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he was born with U.S.
Yeah.
citizenship.
Again, it doesn't matter if even if you're born in you be born in I don't know, Libya or something. If you have an American parent, it doesn't matter. You're a citizen.
Yeah, you're able to run.
And it's okay, nobody's arguing this. Yeah, some people are joking about the 70 chess move thing, but nobody's actually serious about it. Nobody's actually saying he did a good job. And that's a big issue these people have. They're just making shit up. They're making it sound like we all were solid with Epstein. We all supported what Trump was doing. Question: How?
I thought it was overstated. I think it
Oh,
wasn't
yeah, I think
as
it
big of a
was.
deal it was made out to be, but I always said, yeah, he should just release the files.
He should.
Um,
He's going to the Robert Barnes route. The same shit happened 2 months ago. And now I don't know what happened.
Okay, according to Robert Barnes and Barris, the reason we lost 2 Tuesdays ago was a mix between Ukraine and the White House ballroom and the
Wait, hold on. I can't hear you.
No. Apparently,
Dude, you're cutting out. I literally just, bruh.
What the fuck?
You're cutting out.
I'm driving.
K-Cup for 2. Robbie Anderson in Wisconsin's already running POTUS ads. I don't know who that is. Probably schizophrenic. Well, go on, Luke.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, the reason we lost 2 Tuesdays ago was because of Ukraine aid in the White House ballroom.
What?
No, according to Barnes. Remember?
Oh,
no,
Jesus.
Rich Barris thinks we lost because of the ballroom. Barnes thought we lost because of Ukraine aid. So
Hold up, let me pull this up here. Because I made my magnum opus on the foreign policy stuff yesterday. Because I got so sick and tired of these people. So, again, you can read the whole thing on Twitter, whatever. But I dug into the numbers. Guys, how much money has the Trump admin given Ukraine? Somebody take a guess.
Isn't it in the tens of millions or something?
Well, there's some estimates when you include something like the sales and stuff or equipment. It's not even $5 billion. Okay? Which obviously you want the zero. But take a guess how much Biden gave Ukraine each year. On average.
At least 10 billion a year or something.
40 to 80. 40 to
stupid. Biden thought he could just get away with just giving Ukraine money, and that was it. Trump is doing the smart thing and is like, "Oh no, we're gonna give you weapons. Europe and America are gonna fund the weapons, and we're gonna give them the weapons." Biden was barely giving them any weapons. Biden was saying, "No, you can't strike back into Russia. You can't do that." Trump said, "Yeah, strike it into Russia. You guys are at fucking war. Do whatever the fuck you want." Trump is letting Ukraine do a lot more, but it's also giving less blind money to Ukraine the way Biden was.
So
the way Biden handled this war was just stupid.
Okay.
Trump is handling this war much like an actual fucking conflict.
Yeah, but what I would say is, They averaged 40 to 80 billion each year under Biden. 40 to 80. We're worried about $5 billion, if that. Really? Again, it's really zero. Same thing with Israel. The only package approved by Trump was an FMS package, which basically just means they give us money for weapons. So we didn't lose anything. What are these people talking about? I'm actually confused.
Well, and I kind of hate to be the bearer of bad news on this, but like most Americans generally support aid to Ukraine.
There's a poll that came out from like Harvard Harris, and it's like 70% still supported weapons in Ukraine or whatever.
I'm sorry, it makes sense. It is not America first to just let the Russians and Chinese take over everything. I'm sorry, it's just not. Okay, you can't sit there and say, I'm America first, so let's just leave NATO, let Russia just eat up Europe. That's just stupid. I understand. I don't think it's going to, like, invade Poland next. But what I am saying is if we just let Russia take Ukraine, that sets a precedent that, like, Europe can't really rely on us anymore, that Europe is just kind of for taking, that all these countries, what's next? Is Putin going to invade Georgia again? Armenia? You know, like, maybe it wouldn't be NATO countries, but he could easily take one of those countries, and we don't want to open that can of worms. So you kind of have to support Ukraine. Like, that's the situation we're in. We're the global hegemon. If you want to keep it that way, we got to stay involved. We can't just be isolationist. That doesn't work.
Well, again, like, I'm not even arguing with some people who are like, some of these people, they're just making shit up. They're just saying, oh, we gave Ukraine $100 billion. We gave them $5 billion, or not even $5 billion, like $1 billion for like weapons, and they have to pay us back anyways. So I'm just confused by that part. Like, okay, criticize Ukraine, the Ukrainian aid or Israel aid. That's one thing, but where are these people coming from? I don't get what they're talking about. We're just like, we're giving Ukraine all this money. No, we're not. So, yeah. Again, like, obviously, I think we should cut all foreign aid. That's my opinion, but it's one of those things where people make it sound like we're worse than off than we were under Biden on foreign policy, which is just insane.
Well, I mean, it's like we haven't. I mean, well, just look at how Trump handled like the India, Pakistan stuff. Look at the fact that he actually was able to get the hostage negotiation, even though the ceasefire doesn't seem to have worked out right now. He still got the hostages released from both Israel and Hamas.
Yeah,
like that's still a huge victory there.
Yeah, it just the whole thing is just it's just bullshit. Like people making stuff up. You could criticize Trump on the foreign policy stuff, fine, but at least be honest. I gave a detailed response, and nobody's been able to like debunk any of it because I just laid out the facts. Like, yeah, it's not some of the stuff's not good, but it's being overblown how bad it really is, especially compared to under Biden and Obama and then Bush. It's significantly better.
Yeah, I mean, Trump's been pretty, like, all over the place. Like, look, I like the way he's handled Europe. I like the way he's handled China. I like the way I somewhat like the way he's handled Israel. Not the way he's handled Iran, though. And I don't like this stupid Marco Rubio power trip he's going on, where he's just like, be the guy who saves Latin America.
We're gonna bomb Venezuela.
I just think it's stupid. I'm sorry. Like, I don't like, here's the thing. If we had, like, a Jew, like a Zionist Jew in the admin who was just like that on Israel, we'd be rightfully calling them out.
Oh, yeah.
But Rubio is doing the same fucking thing with Venezuela because it's like his ethnic background or whatever, because he wants to free his people from communism. It's stupid. I don't like this. I don't think we should be ethnic, like, putting your ethnic, like, stuff at the forefront of our policy.
No, we got to bomb Venezuela for democracy. Yeah, it's stupid. It's stupid. All right, acting head of FEMA, David Richardson, has just resigned, according to the Washington Post. Damn.
Who did?
The head of FEMA.
Wow.
Some guy named David Richardson. I have no clue what happened, but who knows? Who knows what happened? It could be many things that did occur, because FEMA's not that good, so. All right. In other news, there's a story that came out for NBC News today. And by the way, you know how everyone keeps claiming like Trump's importing more foreign students into America? You know how that's been like the big cope for a lot of people? which
600,000 or 600,000
Yeah.
Chinese.
Yeah,
NBC
which was the case already. They weren't adding more.
Funny enough, you say that. Right now, new international student enrollment is the lowest it's been since 2015. Look at this.
Interesting.
In fact, we are seeing a 17% decline in the fall of 2025. And take guess which group had the biggest drop off.
Chinese students, I
No.
assume.
No,
Indians.
Indians.
a 50% drop off.
God.
There was a 50% drop off with Indian students. Yeah. So right now we're seeing foreign student enrollment go way down. It's below where it was even under Trump's first term. So yeah. Again, we want this.
The do not redeemers.
We want this to be as close to zero as possible, but it's clear Trump is he's doing stuff on the issues. And somebody brought up a chat. Steve, thank you for bringing this up. We've talked a lot about this. Trump on the issues, when you read what he's actually doing, I've begun doing that more often, like ignoring what he's been saying because that's been a rabbit hole. You look at what he's actually doing. This is a lot of good stuff. Is that as much as we need? No. But it's a lot of good, positive developments. And
Stephen Hawking rises to #1 suspect.
I saw that.
That's from Polymarket. Also on the list we have Joe Biden, Jay-Z, Barack Obama, Michael Jackson, Henry Kissinger, and Oprah Winfrey.
What the fuck? What? Henry,
What
not
did
my
Henry
boy
do?
Henry.
Henry's
No.
not there.
Okay, I'm opposed to releasing the files now. No, we will not. No Henry Kissinger slander. Okay, that is the one person.
Gosh.
We're not going to be doing that.
Yeah.
Let him rest in peace.
I actually had a post a few days ago talking about Trump's rhetoric, and I think it's applicable now. I said multiple things can be true at once. One, this rhetoric is stupid and should be rightly called out. Two, both Trump and Noam like being in the spotlight and hearing themselves
That's
talk.
true.
Three, Miller is looking to end OPT authorization for F1 students, contradicting their rhetoric, which basically just means that Trump just says a lot of stuff just to hear himself talk, and you can't really take him seriously when he talks.
Right here. Immigration arrival data on international students show declines in July and August. And especially from India, a 44% decrease from 75,000 to 41,000 from August of 24 to August of 2025. Yeah. And student arrivals dropped by 46% from July to July. So basically what's happening is we are seeing a significant drop-off in legal immigration and that whole bullshit scam and the visa system. A significant drop-off.
I thought Trump wanted unlimited Indian immigration.
Yeah, do not redeem. But it's like, seriously. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna be.
We call them the do not redeemers.
I've been looking more into this, and obviously we need more mass deportations. Like, we're nowhere near where we should be. But when you factor the new ages we're getting, the amount of people who've been deported so far, we factor in this.
Wasn't it like 1 million?
It's about, when you factor in self-deportations, about 2.2 million people have left already. So take that as you will. But you do all this math, and we're about the first year in 50 plus years of negative net migration. You factor in everything that's going on. Trump on immigration is about to fundamentally change the system forever. Not just illegal immigration also. We're about to, next year, again, anything can happen, when the OPT reforms go through. And other stuff as well. There's a bunch of stuff down the pipeline we got to get into. And I'm actually writing an article on this, a lot of stuff I'm talking about. We're going to see legal immigration drop significantly.
So I just did the math, and like you said he roughly 2.2 million, you said were deported. So if my math is correct, then that means they're deporting about 220,000 people a month.
Yeah, and that's going to go up. Because we're hiring, like, how many more agents and more judges? It's like,
I think wasn't it like 2? I think it was like
hiring
20,
all of them.
200. I heard it was either 20,000 or 200,000 more jobs, but I
think there's 200,000. There's 200,000 that applied, I think. Yeah. So what I think's going to happen is we're going to see 20,000 more, and that takes about I think I looked into it. It took like 5 or 6 months to start training people, and they passed a big beautiful bill back in what this July. Takes about 6 months to train people. First quarter next year, a lot of those agents should be ready, and we're gonna see a huge spike in deportations. And we're using military like we did with Tyrone, which somebody brought up in chat. Yeah, I mean Tyrone, he's not an ICE agent, but he's helping with it. All right. Meanwhile, Joe Manchin's eyeing an independent campaign. Are you serious? He's doing that again
for president.
Somebody said in chat he's eyeing up No Labels again. No Labels is dead.
I thought No Labels disbanded as a party completely.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, we're not going to beat Trump. It's no point. That was the whole plan. They just wanted to stop Trump, and then they were like, oh, we can't beat him. I got a super chat I missed, actually. Did I miss somebody's super chat? RC for 5. Oh, I'm sorry about this. I missed super chat. Sorry about that. RC for 5. Everybody has to stay positive. We will win the midterms. We'll see. We'll see if we win the midterms. I still think Democrats are the favorites, but not a guarantee we lose.
What do you define winning the midterms as?
I would say
I think it's like a very vague term.
I think keeping the House.
Yeah,
keeping the
They're
House.
probably keeping the House, maybe keeping our majority in the Senate, or at least like maybe the same majority.
Well, dude, there's no way we lose the Senate.
Well, no, according
to
Harris is saying we're going to lose 5 seats in the Senate now, or 6. It's a guarantee we lose the 6 seats in the Senate, or whatever he said. Ohio's a swing state now.
Barrett has the IQ of like a fucking squirrel, so I wouldn't really take it very seriously.
Well, yeah, I think he said that the Senate in 2026 was more favorable to Democrats than in 2018.
No, he just said the Senate's gone for Republicans. Pull this up.
Does he realize we expanded our seat count in 2018? Like, that's not like some insane thing we can't come back from.
All right. K-Cub for 2. Did you ever address the tariff and food stuff? A little bit. For those that don't know, Trump permanently stopped old tariffs on stuff like coffee, bananas, basically old food stuff.
Again, he's learning. He's fucking learning.
Well, again, this is what Trump should have done on the tariffs. And I want to hear what you guys think about this. He should have done it by sector and country by country. That's what he should have done.
Yeah, I agree. I'm actually currently reading a book that's talking about like this very thing. It's a book called Clashing Over Commerce that basically talks about the various competing economic interests in the United States, and generally historically how tariffs were conducted is that Congress came to an agreement on like certain tariff rates of various goods depending upon what the various producers wanted, and usually it varied, but like they came to some agreement.
Yeah. It's one of those things where I think Trump admin, they should have just done like where it's like, okay, this country, or for example, we start with like, I don't know, like bananas is 0% tariff across the board. But it's like, okay, this country, we have a 20% tariff on all goods, or just something. They should have done that.
I think what they should have focused on specifically is, combating China, and also like focusing on industries that we want to build the future, like semiconductors, like TVs, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. And even nuclear energy, arguably as well too, and
the
AI.
N-word.
The N-word.
Okay, I got the tweet pulled up here where it's like he's saying like tech right here. This is another crazy tweet of his. I just keep going down this rabbit hole because it's getting crazier by the second. He's saying that AOC is going to run for Senate next year and then run for president and win.
Next year? There's no Senate race in New York next year. What the fuck is he talking about?
Is there? I thought it was Gillibrand.
There isn't.
I thought Gillibrand was up.
She was up in 24. He doesn't even know there's not this election.
Oh my gosh. There isn't. There is no Senate race. Look, pull up the wiki page.
Everybody.
Yeah, there's.
Remember, become a member of his website. Become a member of his website to get his election takes. Remember that.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
there isn't.
I mean, my excuse for not knowing that is I'm just a dumb Twitter.
I just thought it was like, I thought it was 2020 she was up, but it's 2018. What is he talking about? There's no Senate race. He's implying Chuck Schumer's gonna be forced out.
Strong of a candidate, she's gonna win a non-existent Senate
Chuck
race.
Schumer is not gonna retire early, and if he does, it's not gonna be before 2026.
I mean, Schumer's definitely not running for re-election, but that's...
No, he's gonna step down. There's gonna be a special election in 2020.
Yeah, I'm sure of it. I have Battlefield for 5. You guys saw the huge lady who tried to bring men to the Democrat Party, took a picture with Wesley Hunt. Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how that's the way we're calling Olivia Giuliana.
Olivia Giuliana's going to decide the Republican primary. Like, she'll be the reason.
She was the leader of the young male.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Force.
Oh my gosh. Let me pull this. Oh, I forgot to pull what he said about black voters in the Democrat Party.
Who?
Barris.
Did he say a certain nuclear word?
No, K-Cup, well, he implied it. K-Cup for 2. Look what listening to experts did to him, Vance. Yeah. Okay. Right here. Let me pull this up here. Gotta pull it up. Where is it at? Okay, found it. So he said that the Democrat nomination is 40% non-white. Gavin Newsom would not be able to beat AOC. Wright thinks this is funny. Laugh away the way you laughed at Barack Obama. Then he spoke to you, change a country forever. So, he's saying that AOC is the next Obama. And that she's going to win a historical landslide in 2028. But, question about black voters, the Democrat primary. Does anybody understand who they vote for usually?
They vote for establishment Democrats or black Democrats.
Why would they vote for AOC?
I mean, blacks are the reason why Biden won the nomination in 2020.
They screwed Bernie over. That's what happened. Because Clyburn said vote Biden, they did.
Well, because that's why they reordered the primary in 2024.
So they're South Carolina
Biden
first. This is unfreaking believable.
Yeah, Newsom is not being AOC in a primary. That's just a fact. AOC will win the young vote, and that's it. That'll probably be enough to get her like Washington and Oregon, maybe Colorado.
I will say this: I don't necessarily think she would win, but I think she is a wild card, and I don't think we should immediately just say that she would get cooked into general. I think in many ways, I could see her losing by more than Newsom, but I could also see her winning. There's a lot of like asterisks with that.
Okay, fine, but don't say like,
I think this idea that she's guaranteed to win the election that Barris is saying is a joke, though. But I do think that a lot of people on the right underestimate that ability of her to potentially win. So I think it's probably. I'd be much more comfortable running against Newsom because I think Newsom's kind of just cooked based on his record as California governor. Like, as much as he attacks Vance, like, we can just hit him unless the economy's in like a fucking recession. Like, we'll just be able to attack him and be like, bro, like, look at California right now. Like,
the main thing that concerns me about AOC is that she will get the progressive base out to vote for her. Newsom, I don't think he is.
Do we really expect boomers not to vote for her? Be honest. Do you really think that? Like, I know we have this idea that, they're.
Who knows? Who knows? Tex Rex for 2. Thoughts on Queen Mary of England. Or Queen Bloody Mary of England. I don't really know enough about her. Hello?
Yeah,
is this working? Okay, it's working.
Interesting.
Yeah.
She was a Catholic who killed Protestants, so do with that information as you will.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I know that, but... Okay, if anybody got any more super chats, any more questions, concerns, whatever, send them now. Last calls for super chats. Last calls for super chats. So, it was a very positive step in the right direction. With the Trump admin this weekend. We have a lot to work on, I think, but I think overall this is a good vibe shift. We needed this bad. Just say the right stuff and be done, and don't go freaking crazy over it.
Also, you guys follow me on Twitter. I will be letting people know, and I believe my good friend
you.
Tester is done. No, Tester is done. We'll be doing a live stream tonight because Canada, they're having a vote for a budget tonight, and if that vote fails, Canada's going back to the polls. And from what I've heard, there's like a 50-50 chance of it happening. And several members of the Liberal Party, you know, the people proposing the budget, are saying there's a very good chance of an accidental election happening tonight. So stay tuned if you want to tune into that live stream later. Right. It's gonna be fun.
K-Cup for 5. I want to get Luke's thoughts on this because he's the China guy, but we see Trump and Xi meet, and it's two tough negotiators. Think of it if it was AOC and President Xi. Yeah, it's a good point. What do you think would happen?
Holy fuck, dude. If any Democrat wins in 2028, nonetheless AOC, China wins. Just give them the fucking planet on a global platter. They will be the next hegemon by the time the next Democratic president. If Harris won, China would be on track to be the hegemon right now. Let's be fully clear. The only reason that's kind of holding back is Trump right now. And as long as there's Democratic leadership, China's going to win. And again, that's not because Democrats are owned by China. It's just that Democrats don't know how to fucking interact with the global scale. They think that they can keep funding fucking gender studies in the Middle East and Africa and expect these countries to stay with America when there's an equal competing power now that's saying, okay, we're not going to do this shit. They're going to align with China every single fucking time. And that's the problem. So,
all right.
Yeah.
So I think that's it, everybody. If you guys did enjoy today's stream, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. We shall see what happens the next couple days. And very interested to see because we will be seeing some positive steps, I think, this week. There were some good changes that happened yesterday, but a lot of stuff might be happening. All and nothing happens.
Oh yeah, did y'all want to talk about Thomas Crooks and his interests?
We'll save that as we get more information because that's very early. But for those that don't know, Thomas Crooks.
As always, we'll continue monitoring the situation.
Yeah. For those that don't know, Thomas Crooks is basically the transgender furry stuff. So.
Yeah, he used the they/them pronouns. Was on DeviantArt. That sort of stuff.
American Order for 6. With Trump's shifted messaging and stuff, kind of reminds me of the scene from Two Towers where Gandalf releases Theoden from Saruman's influence. I wouldn't go that far. I think Trump just realized, oh, he fucked up. So. But okay. We'll see you guys
next. So people know, if Canada does go to an election, the next couple weeks, I'm going to have a segment of every stream where I talk about the current state of the election.
Yeah, chat. For those that don't know, Thomas... Shut up. Thomas Crooks was transgender, possibly. But go on, sorry.
So you guys should be praying for there not being a Canadian election, because I'm sure none of you want to hear me.
We want to hear
schizophrenically rant about this. Yes.
All right.
We'll have to wait and see.
We'll see you guys in the next stream, video, or wherever you see us at. Godspeed to all of you.